Alright, what's going on to YouTube? Welcome back to Your Favorite Cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're taking a look at this smart helmet here. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at another helmet here. So this helmet is from a company called Prime Moto Gear. And they reached out to me and said, hey, we have this cool helmet we'd like you to try out. And I think a lot of your subscribers would like it. And of course, like always, I say, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we got going on. So looking at the design of this, it's actually a pretty basic helmet. It's kind of something you see like a BMXer ride. It's kind of more of a basic design, basic look to it. It does come in multiple colors. This is the black. I believe they have it in white and yellow. If you wanted a little bit different of a color. But ultimately it looks pretty basic. And you know, you do have your built-in light back here. And then up here is where things kind of get a little bit different. Up there, that is a camera. So this helmet has a built-in camera to it that shoots 1080p by 30 frames per second built into it. It also has a front light. As you can tell, I just bumped the front light button. It has a front light as well. It actually is pretty bright. And you can have it flashing or solid on. So you have a front light built into it, of course. And then of course you have the rear light there, which is gonna be nice and flashing there. So, you know, pretty basic helmet. I have a big head, of course, so, you know, even without here, I have a big head. So let's go ahead, we'll try this guy on. So if I remember correctly, this is the large here, so should fit my head, large head, right? So I do have to adjust that thing on the back and then tighten it down, and it does fit. It fits pretty comfortably. It's kind of, you can definitely feel it's up here. Like my head is quite a bit below where I'm hitting right now, but it does fit. So not bad, it does fit. Down here at the bottom, you actually have a different style, kind of like a motorcycle kind of helmet is what you have here. So you kind of have your clasp on this side and then this side here, and all you gotta do is you put them together and just click, click, click. And it goes nice and tight, and then you can back it off one if you want. Back it off two, back it off, I don't know if I'd back it off three. I think there's like 3 things. So you can kind of tighten that up to your liking. So we got that all nice and set up there. So we can kind of tighten our helmet up right there. And then the thing that a lot of you guys see is this right here. This is your face shield here. So if you're gonna be riding fast, you're riding in kind of cruddy conditions, or you don't want to get dirt or anything in your face while you're commuting to town, you got this nice little visor here that comes down and makes you look like a bug. I'm just kidding. It makes you look good, and it kind of blocks your face from everything. You can still see plenty good out of these. They do reflect a little bit back at you, but you can definitely see pretty well out of these, and they keep you from getting your glasses or your face all wet up here. Work pretty good. And then, you know, if it's a cold day, especially cold day, this would keep your face, because it's going to block all the wind from coming into your eyes. That's pretty good. It will work pretty good for a commuter helmet. So you have this here, of course, you can put it here, you can tip it all the way up, whatever floats your boat, you can make it work. And then right up in the front, like I said, there you go. So there's your light right there. And if we push it again, right up here, solid, turns off. If we look on the back, there's your flashing light there. And some of you might be like, okay, you said it was a smart helmet. There's nothing smart going on right now, right? There is a lot going on with this helmet that you don't realize is going on. So you have lights, of course I pointed out already. You have a camera on the front, which we're going to test out in a second and see how well that camera actually works. And then third is it is Bluetooth compatible. So this actually has Bluetooth built in, so when that light is flashing on the back like it is right now, that means my phone is connected Bluetooth. So you can take Bluetooth calls, you can play music, whatever you want to on your helmet. Kind of neat. So let me show you. So let me pull up a song here. I'm going to pull up some royalty-free music so I don't get copyrighted here. Pull that up. And that way we can show you guys how this works. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but essentially this helmet has 2 little speakers right above your ears, right in this little notch here. There is a tiny speaker right up there and a tiny speaker right up here. And those play music directly down at your ears. So other people might be able to hear it, but you can definitely hear what's going on around you, no problem as well, while listening to your music while you're outside. So you don't have anything in your ears, nothing blocking your ears, which is a nice thing to have. It's always one of the reasons I don't wear earbuds while I ride, is because something's blocking your ear and it makes it so you can't hear what's going on around you very well. So if we take this off here, I can show you guys kind of what those little speakers look like. Okay, so right there, little speaker, another little speaker there, and honestly the sound is not bad for a helmet. So kind of throw this up here. actually not bad sound for little speakers in there. I have no idea anything about these speakers. They call it Anytech Raw 2 Bluetooth is what they call it. Not only can you listen to music on this, you can take calls on here. It'll connect to your phone, like I said. So you can take phone calls on the helmet. Pretty neat thing. It's pretty neat having that all built into one helmet. And ultimately it works really good for commuters. And that's what this specific helmet is set up for. It's designed around what you would use as a commuter riding a bike. Whether that's going and getting one of the bike share bikes in town, whether that's riding your own bike around town to, to get coffee or in the morning or to get lunch, or riding from your car to work, whatever that may be. This is the helmet that's really focused around that. Now, one thing I do know is there's not much ventilation on this helmet, not much at all. I think there's 2 slots on the front and 2 slots on the back. So it could be pretty warm. So we're gonna try this all out. Of course, we're gonna go for a little ride outside. It's mid-70s today here in Reno, so shouldn't be too bad, but we'll definitely see how sweaty my head gets from that little ride. And we'll test out the camera as well. So one thing I do have a concern about, so the camera right now with the visor up is totally uncovered. You should be able to see it no problem. It should get good video. However, if we were to close down the visor, now that camera is behind the visor. So is the video messed up more because it's behind the visor? And how good is the actual video on this camera? So we're gonna go grab a bike. We're gonna grab the fat bike because that's kind of in the more commuter sense of things. So we're gonna grab the fat bike, try and turn this camera on, see if we can get it recording, and see how everything turns out, and see how hot this helmet is in the sun.
Okay. Alright, so I believe it's recording right now. I'm not sure if it gets audio or not, so we'll figure that out. If it's recording now, I'm gonna leave the visor up for a minute. Let's see how video looks. Do a couple little passes here. We'll see how this video looks with the visor up. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll put the visor down. See how the visor works. Okay. Visor's down. Okay, honestly, it doesn't keep much wind out of your eyes. It's kind of coming like around the bottom. Yeah, it hits your face and comes in on the bottom. So I felt less wind. I feel less wind when I'm like this than with it down. So I don't know if the visor really does anything for wind. Let's see how those turned out.
Alright, so we just all watched the video clips and the pictures this helmet took. They're okay. They're okay. Let's get down to what this helmet and what that camera is really for. Honestly, this camera here is going to be meant for essentially a dash cam while you're riding. It's not meant to get good high quality footage that's stabilized and everything like that. Like, you're not going to film something off of that camera. It's not going to happen. I would never be able to use that footage. There's better stabilization on my helmet mount and my GoPro Hero 3 than with that camera. There's better stabilization effects. So you're not gonna get that from this camera. So don't go into this expecting you're gonna be able to get good footage with this camera. This is the dash cam for your bike. So if you are riding downtown, you're worried about someone hitting you, and you wanna get their information if they were to hit and run you, this is the camera you would use. It records clear enough video that you can pause the video and zoom in and get a license plate if you needed to, or get descriptions on the car or description on somebody or something like that. It has enough quality to do that. However, if you were to try and watch this through and like film something, that's not what's gonna happen. It's gonna be pretty much to pinpoint specific incidents while you're out there. And then the photo option there where you can click the button and it takes a photo, gives you kind of that high resolution photo of just one specific section. So you have both those options. That's really what this is for. And that's kind of where I'm at. Is this helmet's gonna be made for your commuter, wanting to have a helmet that does kind of everything. Has a dash cam, they don't need to buy a separate GoPro or a different camera to run with this. It has speakers built in, so you don't have to worry about earbuds or anything like that. It's built in with Bluetooth. Battery lasts 6 hours on this guy, so you have plenty for your commute for a couple days, honestly, depending on your commute, depending on your length of your bike ride or your commute. You could definitely get a couple days out of this, no problem. You do have the face shield here, so if it was to rain, you would have no problem at all keeping the rain. It was nice to see that the camera is not affected by this face shield at all. Once it's on, it acts like nothing's there at all, which is a nice little feature, so you can run it either way and still get the same footage out of it. Ultimately, it's a pretty nice helmet. I'd probably give it about an 8 out of 10. I'd really dock it a couple points because of the Bluetooth interface. It's just not something that feels natural. It's kind of a weird interface. Having to push the button a certain number of times, having to push this one and find which button is actually the camera button. Well, you can't see them because it's above your head. So you're trying to remember which button is which button for your light and your camera, which is kind of tricky. But really pushing this button back here this is the only button that controls your Bluetooth. So it controls play and pause on music, calling people. It controls all of that. If you push this a certain number of times, I don't know how many number of times, so you push this number of times, it calls your last person that you talk to on your phone. So I had that happen. That's how I know it does that, is you push this a certain number of times and I guess it calls your last contact, which I don't even know how that works. There are definitely instructions that come with this that tell you exactly how much it is. It tells you how to turn it off, press and hold, how to turn on and off the warning light. When a call comes in, how to hang it up, to call back. It has all that information on here. For me, it's just tricky. Like that's a lot to figure out off of one button. That's like the iPod Shuffle from like way back when, where it had just the one button you had to push, and that's all it had. No buttons on the thing, just one button on your headphones. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It just not my favorite interface to make it work and to figure out how to function it. That's really my only big knock on this, is I don't like the one button Bluetooth thing. It works once you figured it out. I'm sure if you rode it for a while and you were fully committed to this helmet here and you wanted to fully understand how to do everything on it, you can make this work. It would work. For me, I feel like it's a bit much to do with just one button and try and remember what all that stuff is. But if you're using this as just a basic helmet, you wanted to listen to music with it and maybe use a dash cam and then of course have lights front and rear, definitely a nice helmet to do that with. So I'd like to give a big thanks to Prime Moto Gear for sending out this helmet so I can test it out and try it out and show you guys some of the cool helmet options are out there. This helmet really isn't much more expensive than some of the more basic helmets you can find out there, and you get a lot more features packed into this one single helmet. And like I said, they do offer this. This is the economy commuter version. They offer the economy sport version as well as the premium commuter version. So there's 3 different versions of this helmet, all with kind of different things. The sport version has more ventilation. The Premier has all sorts of different stuff to it, and they just finished updating that. So that has a lot more features to it. If you guys want to check out any more of their products, I'm going to have a link down in the description below so you guys check out these helmets for yourself. This is definitely a cool helmet for those, I would say, interested in commuting and looking just to ride their bike around. Not really looking to do huge sport stuff, but looking to ride their bike around, want the safety of the camera with the lights, with a little bit of music playing. This is a nice way to go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.